Welcome to my channel Arusa's English Stories. Learn English through stories. A fiction. A martyr or a monster. Arusa merchant. Share Industries is the biggest corporation in the whole country. Share's generations marry their sons to college families' daughters, which produces a high IQ and physically strong heirs. This is the reason the Shers have always remained the chairman of Share Industries. Both families' heirs sacrifice their desires and must fulfill the duty to produce a high IQ and physically strong heirs for the next generation. This has been continued from generation to generation, but there comes a time when in 8 generations twin boys were born for the first time in the Shares family, which changes everything. Share has been rich, but with time their wealth and power began to weaken. The head of the family found out that there is a family in which only daughters were born. They were poor, but their daughters gave birth to the best heir. Sons, with high IQ and physical strength, depended on the other family genes. He married his son to their family, and a high IQ and physical strength heir was both, which intelligence became well known and increased the Shares' wealth. Share family head gave them financial support to stabilize them in the society with a powerful registered surname, Khalid, on one condition that they would have to marry their firstborn daughter to Share family's son. They agreed to the condition. Both families signed a contract in which written Khalid family would marry their firstborn daughter to the Share's son, and in case they avoid the contract, the whole inheritance of Khalid will return to the Share. This has been carried on from generation to generation. In the 5th generation, Khalid's firstborn daughter was forced to marry into Share family. She had been in love with a man but was forced to separate from him and gave birth to a son into Share family. She cursed the Share and Khalid families and killed herself. I curse you both families to cry blood tears in the loss of your so-called high IQ and physical strength heir. You will feel the same pain as I did to lose a loved one because of you. Both families were afraid of her curse, but nothing had happened to the next generation, so they thought they were only powerless words that came out of a desperate woman's mouth and ignored it. When 7 generations came, Khalid family elder daughter, Arfana, a businesswoman, refused to join Share, which was the start of their misfortune. Arfana is the elder daughter of Khalid's, who is 20 years old. Arfana wants to run her family business, but the elder daughter of the family is never allowed to do it.
I refuse to marry Cher's son, Hazim, and will pursue my career. Tell them I won't marry him.
Khalid's head and Arfana's grandmother Qudra Khalid.
Arfana, have you lost your mind? You have to marry him. If you refuse to marry, our family will be ruined. Everything depends on your decision. Don't disgrace your family who raises you by providing the best.
If I marry into Cher, they won't let their daughter-in-law run a business, and I will remain a daughter-in-law for the decoration who only involves in small family matters, and that will also with the permission of the family head. This is ridiculous.
Who do you think you are without our family support? Where is the so-called business you are running coming from? You think without Khalid's help, you will be something. No, don't forget your place.
This was the truth which made Arfana speechless. Qudra is a selfish woman who can do anything to maintain Khalid's reputation. Khalid is also a well-known family in the country which runs garment industries. Arfana is not less to her grandmother. She is also selfish who can do anything to get what she desires. Gulsen is the second daughter of Khalid family who is 19 years old. She is just like her name, a soft flower, who fills others' lives with her fragrance. Appy, what's so bad about marrying Cher? They are rich. Give authority to their daughter-in-law in the house, and top of that Hazim is handsome and just like his name, a wise and intelligent man.
If he is that good, why don't you marry him? A woman like you who likes to play family games will suit him best.
You know, Appy, it's impossible. Anyways, they are coming tomorrow for a matchmaking meeting in our house. Rahiba Khalid is a soft-hearted woman. She is Arfana, Gulsen mother and Qudra's daughter.
Arfana, please don't do anything that disgrace our both families in the meeting.
They were in Arfana's room, getting her ready for the matchmaking meeting, and there was also Gulsen in the room. Cher's whole family came to the Khalids to set the marriage date. They left Arfana and Hazim alone to talk. Hazim is 22 years old and is a handsome, wise and intelligent man with a tender heart. He completed masters when he was 18 years old. He is a strict and capable businessman who just inherited Cher's heritage legally. Cher's sons' IQs usually fall in 140 to 160, which make them different from others. There is a rule in the Cher family that when a son, the heir of the family, reaches the age of 22 years, he inherits the whole property in his name.
Long time no see. How are you, Arfana? Is everything going fine?
They last met each other on Hazim's 18th birthday when he returned from abroad after completion of his master's. It has been 4 years since then.
Yeah, everything is fine. I'm not lucky like you who can study abroad and run a family business.
You are still the same as before. Always complaining about everything. Are you not running Khalid's business?
Yeah, after marrying you I won't be able to do it anymore.
Arfana is forced to marry Hazim. After 2 years she is pregnant with Hazim's child. He was very happy to have a child of his own blood, but didn't know Arfana hates it, because this was the reason she stuck with Hazim and his family. The head of Cher family of Fakim Cher.
I hope Arfana Cher, you won't disappoint us and give birth to the son, the future successor of this family who has to be born with intelligence like its father.
Yes, grandfather.
The doctor told Shers that their daughter-in-law has twins in her womb and they are sons. They were happy and worried too because it was the first time twins would be born in the family. Arfana was getting more and more frustrated with time. They were born but one of them was physically very weak and the doctor informed them he might not be alive. Arfana was happy that the one child would die and Shers would feel the same pain of losing something precious to them as she did. But he was saved and sound after some days.
I'm happy our both sons are fine.
Of course, you will. You don't need to sacrifice anything and bear the pain to give birth to the blood of someone who you don't even like.
I know, Arfana, you don't like me and our sons. But can't you even try?
No. I will never like you nor forgive you and your family for taking everything from me. I will take revenge whenever I get a chance, so prepare yourself well, Hazim Cher.
7 years have passed. Abraz and Edazah's birthday celebration held in the Cher's mansion. They are 7 years old now. Arbus is the firstborn son of Arfana and Hazim, who speak very little and only reply when there is a need. He is very smart and has an introverted personality. The name Arbus was given by Arfana, which means most important, and very loved by Arfana. Arbus has had a fragile body since he was born. Edizaz is the second-born twin loved by everyone except Arfana. He is like any other child, active and cheerful but obedient. Edizaz has a good physique and a strong head. Haris Malik is the second biggest shareholder of Shares Industries. He has a greedy personality like his name and always wants to become the chairman of Shares Industries.
Congratulations, little Shares heirs, on your birthday. One of you will be the future successor of Shares Industries.
Thanks for your blessing, Malik.
Afakim, nice to see you healthy as always. When are you going to test their IQ level? After all, only one of them will be the future successor of Share Industries.
We will do it soon, but we don't need to involve an outsider in our family matters.
Sure thing. But you should announce the real successor of Share soon. After all, this is the question of our corporation's future.
Afakim didn't reply to him and he left. He was aware that Arfana would not easily let Edizaz become the heir of Shares. He wanted to make him the future chairman. After some days of the party, they called a specialist for testing their ability.
What's there to testify? Arbus has to be one.
Hazim didn't say anything to her and test results came out. Edizaz's physical tests were excellent and the IQ result was 160. The same as previous generations, whereas Arbus' IQ level was 200 but failed every physics test, so he would not be able to bear much stress. Afakim announced Edizaz as the future successor of Share Industries.
How can that be possible? Afakim, that old man, did it intentionally.
Arfana, everyone knows Edizaz will be the one who takes over Share Industries.
You think I will let that happen? Arbus will be the one who inherits Share's full inheritance. I will make it no matter what.
Arfana was aware of Hazim and Gulson's feelings for each other, but their relationship was pure. She made fake evidence of their affair and spread rumors in both families. They refused it, but no one believed them.
Arfana, you are the one who did it, right? You know very well we are not in that kind of relationship.
It's your fault, Hazim. You both shouldn't have feelings for each other when you are already married to me.
Whose fault is it? You never loved me, so of course I would find comfort somewhere, but there is nothing between us. Only pure friendship.
Who will believe you? No one. Hazim, I told you before, whenever I get a chance I will take revenge from you and your family. Today is your turn and next will be theirs.
He went silent because he knew Arfana wouldn't let it go and destroy Gulsen until she got what she wanted. Khalid's tried to marry Gulsen to an old man to hide the rumors, but she declined. They were forcing her to marry him, so Hazim and Gulsen decided to run away together and they would marry.
I'm sorry, Etazaz. Father has to leave, but he will give you something that will protect you.
Etazaz couldn't understand what he meant but had feelings something bad would happen. Hazim and Gulsen ran away and Arfana succeeded in her plan.
Your grandson left me and my sons for another woman. What will you do now, grandfather? I need compensation. I have sacrificed everything for him.
He didn't reply to her. After 1 week, a lawyer with power of attorney came to the Sher's mansion and informed them of the will of Hazim. According to it, Etazaz is the real heir of Sher's full inheritance and will inherit it when he reaches 22 years.
This is ridiculous. He can't do this to me.
Enough. Arfana.
After the lawyer left, she exploded with anger and thought about what to do to get everything she wanted.
Huh, so this is how you take revenge from me, Hazim, and protect that son of yours, Etazaz. I will make his life a hell and take everything back on any condition.
She demanded from a Fakim to make her guardian of Etazaz and he agreed to it regardless, because she wanted it as a compensation for Hazim and Gulsen eloping together.
Fine. I will make you his guardian.
Etazaz was scared of his mother because he was aware that detest him.
Arbaz, what mother will do to me now that father left me? Nothing will happen, Etazaz. She is also your mother. Even if she doesn't like you, she won't harm you. It's easy for you to say that. I know her bitterness for me.
After some time, Arfana began to torture Etazaz. She hit him, didn't give him food properly, only once a day, and locked him in his room. Edizaz endured everything without a word and showed her smile every time she tortured him. It made her more annoyed and her torture increased with time. Fakim couldn't do anything for him because threatened him to spread rumors of Hazim and Gulsen eloping together. It will ruin Cher's reputation and Cher will be down. They made a fake public announcement that Hazim died in an accident during the trip aboard. Yafir Khalsa is secretary of Hazim and his childhood friend for 12 years. He is an honest, sincere and loyal servant of Cher family. He is the same as Hazim, 32 years old and an educated person who manages all of Hazim's work.
Yafir, go aboard with Edizaz before she breaks him to the point of not repairing and take care of him with your best ability. I have arranged everything for you both. Take him with you tomorrow early morning and leave from here. Yes, Chairman.
When Edizaz found out about his leaving, he went to his mother and asked the reason for her behavior toward him. She was in Arbaz's room, reading a story to make him sleep.
Mother, let me ask before I leave tomorrow. Why are you indifferent toward Edizaz, me? I'm your son too, or is it because father loves to Edizaz, me?
You think I love Arbaz because he is my son? No, he will be one who will help me to get what I desire the most in my life. That's make a difference for you both. You have to pay for your father's mistakes instead of him.
Sigh, is that so? Fine, I will accept any punishment, but remember to never hurt one I love. I have my limit too, mother.
He left from there and Arfana laughed at his threat. She thought Arbaz was sleeping but he wasn't and heard everything. The next morning, Arbaz came to say goodbye to Edizaz.
Edizaz, you are leaving. I wish you can stay with me here. Don't worry, Arbaz. I will come back to take something that has been mine when the time comes.
He left with Yafir. Arbaz and Edizaz were separated from each other. Edizaz Cher left with Yafir Khalsa from Cher's mansion and they were with the trusted and faithful driver Bashir Mahmoud traveling by car in a crowdless road going to the airport for their flight. Arfana sent people to kill them on the way to the airport. There were 4 cars within 2 persons each chasing them. Bashir Mahmoud is a royal servant who has been working for Cher since 10 years.
Sir, 4 cars are chasing us. I know. Focus on the road and speed up the car. Young master, buckle up the seatbelt and don't worry. We will arrive safely at the airport.
Edizaz didn't reply as it didn't matter to him if he was hurt or not. Yafir Khalsa and Bashir were panicking in the situation while he didn't react at all. Cars behind them hit Edizaz's car many times and forced them to the way of the cliff where the car crashed. They looked down and saw Edizaz's car stuck on the tree. They thought they would die and left to inform Arfana.
Young master, are you okay?
Yafir covered Edizaz with his body and Bashir lost consciousness while he was safe.
Bashir, wake up, wake up.
Yafir shouted at Bashir to wake him up. Bashir awoke. He grasped the situation where the car was stuck on one side of the tree and only the one side of the car people could leave. Bashir's side was the upper and Edizaz and Yafir's side was lower.
Young master, please climb the cliff with Sir Yafir and I will stay here. I will come after you.
No. You think I'm a fool that can't understand the situation. Once we leave from here, the car will fall down and you will die. We will go together.
Young master, he is right. If he leaves the front seat, we will die. Once we leave, he will come after us.
Young master, I have a daughter who is the same age as you. Please take care of her if I die here. She also doesn't have a mother. Her name is Sanaya. She is a lovely girl.
No, I won't leave.
Yafir forced him to leave with him and they climbed the cliff.
No, no, let me go to save, he will die. Move your hand, I said move your hands.
Edizaz tried to jump the cliff to save Bashir but Yafir was holding him tightly. The car was slowly falling down from the tree and Bashir kept looking at Edizaz with a smile. The car fell down and Edizaz witnessed his death that traumatized him his whole life.
Scream, no.
I'm sorry, Bashir Mahmud. You really are like your name, brave and loyal. We will always remember your sacrifice.
We first have to find a place to hide because people from before might come back. Then we will go to the chairman to inform him of everything.
No, you will go alone to inform him of my death. Tell him I died in the car that just crashed.
Young master, what are you talking about?
Let me ask you, what will happen if I go back? She will try to kill me again and I will have to witness this again. How many people will die because of me? Do as I order you.
Yafir did as Edazaz ordered him and informed everything of his death. He told them he failed to save him and he was saved because he fell from the car before the car crash.
Yafir, look for Bashir's daughter Sanaya Mahmud.
He found out she has been staying in a small village since childhood with her relatives. Her relatives sent her to an orphanage of the village after her father's death because they won't get money to raise her anymore. Yafir sent Edazaz to the same orphanage on his order to hide him there. She was anguished by her father's death and always sat alone in the corner to avoid others. Edazaz also does not talk to others. He only talked to her but she didn't respond. After he tried many days, she began to talk little to him and with time she slowly recovered from the trauma of her father's death but she still only talked to Edazaz. There came a woman who wanted to adopt him but he refused. She lived in the village and almost came daily to ask him to live with her but always rejected. One day Sanaya said something that changed his mind.
Should you not accept her? It would be nice to live freely outside of this orphanage.
Edazaz ordered Yafir to check that woman's background and he found out she is one of the big landlords in the village who once lived with her son, daughter-in-law and grandson, but they died in an accident. Her grandson looked like Edazaz. That's the reason she wanted to adopt him.
Muhayman Chaudhry is an old woman who is well known in this small village and lives in a mansion on top of the mountain.
Good morning, little one, how are you?
He turned his face and ignored her.
Please don't ignore me anymore. I have been coming here for many days. Can't you even talk to me a little?
Edazaz.
Huh?
My name is Edazaz, not little one.
Oh, so you have a name too.
Everyone has one, don't they?
Yeah, you were right. Edazaz, would you like to come with me? I promise I won't disappoint and praise you well.
I have one condition. If you want me to come with you, take in that girl Sanaya as well.
He pointed his finger to the direction where Sanaya was sitting and she turned her face to look at her. She agreed to take her in and adopt both of them. This was the beginning of a new life for all of them. Adazaz and Sanaya began to live in the Muhammad Chaudhry's mansion where there was a little farming land to grow crops. Adazaz started to fall sick easily and needed care.
Call me Grandma, Adazaz and Sanaya.
Grandma.
Sanaya called Grandma right away while Adazaz turned his face and refused to call her.
Oh, my lovely girl. Adazaz, call me Grandma too.
I won't call you with that cheesy name, old woman.
He turned around and left by waving his hand.
That brat, I will make him call me Grandma one day.
Adazaz regularly fell ill. Muhammad forced him to farm on her land near the mansion. Sometimes sent him to bring groceries and other times made him cook the meals to build his stamina and improve his physical condition. She made him to eat all kinds of food. It has been 11 years. Adazaz and Sanaya are now 18 years old. They are both about to graduate from school. Adazaz always pretended to be lazy and weak in study to hide himself from the eyes of Cher while she is good in studies with good grades.
That old woman, she was resting and here I'm farming in this scorching sun and will cook a meal too.
Adazaz's physical condition improved enough to the point he could farm all day long.
Fighting.
He gazed at her after she said, "Fighting," to him.
This is unfair. It would feel nice to sit in the shadow under the tree, right? Here I'm working my ass off. She is so unfair.
What can be done? Grandma loves me a lot, unlike someone else. You should call her Grandma too so she might stop giving you so much work.
No, thanks.
They went back in the evening and Adazaz cooked dinner.
Grandma, dinner is ready, come to the table.
Oh, it looks tasty as always.
Right, Grandma, ha ha ha. Grandma, my results came out. I got first place. He got third place even on the last of the list.
Oh, good job my dear. And can't you even work hard in studies? What a disappointment.
Disappointment. I have to work my ass off daily and you ask if I can't work hard in studies. Where I get time to do that?
Stop shouting, you are wearing my ear off.
Sigh. Never mind.
On the other hand, Arfana found out Cher's 51% share will donate if they couldn't find the real heir of Cher. They hadn't announced Edazah's death and told everyone that he went abroad to study to stop dropping share values. She had doubts about Edazah's death and has been searching for him for the last 2 years. Yurid Afzal is Arfana's secretary and hidden lover. He is very greedy and acts upon his own desires, but he loves Arfana very much.
Yurid, speed up your search. We have to found something to have share industries in my hands.
Yes, Arfana.
There was a quiz competition at the graduation party and the prize was 3 tickets to the beach with staying in the hotel for 2 days and nights.
Edazah, I want that prize, 3 days and nights to the beach. Win it for me.
Edazah participated in the competition for Sanaya and won the prize. Someone took his pictures with the prize and uploaded it on social media.
Wow, he won the prize, the one who always comes last in the class. I can't believe it. Sanaya, you know he can do anything for you. You guys really care for each other and you guys even wear the same cross pendants. You wear it on the neck while he wears it on the hand. What do these pendants mean?
Sayana's friend asks about the pendants they have been wearing since they first came to this village with Muhaymin. Once they went to the church where 2 cross pendants were hanging. Edazah asked for the promise from Sanaya and put these pendants on each other.
Sanaya, I will be with you my whole life and do anything for you. But you have to promise me one thing, that I will always come first in your life for everything and you won't choose anyone except me.
I promise you, Edazah. Sanaya. Sorry, it was a promise between us that I won't tell anyone.
They came back to the mansion and Sanaya showed her the prize. Late at night, Edazah was standing on the rooftop. Muhaymin came to him and told him to live his life.
Congratulations, my child. I know you are smart from the very beginning but pretend dumb. I don't know the reason and won't ask you for it. I just hope one day you can freely live your life the way you want.
He didn't reply to her and she left after stroking his head.
Grandma, please come with us.
Where can I go in this age? You both go and enjoy yourself.
They left Muhaymin at the mansion alone and went to the beach for 2 days with some friends. Edazah wasn't feeling good about it but went with her because he can't let her go alone.
It's so beautiful here.
Yurid found his pictures on social media and informed Arfana.
I finally found you, my dear son Edazah. You think making me fool is that easy?
It was the last day of the trip. At night Arfana reached Muhammad mansion in the search of Edazaz.
Why is it so dark here and where is Grandma? Grandma? Grandma, can you hear me?
There was a long balcony in the middle of the last room. They went there, saw blood on the floor and she was lying there. Sanaya ran toward to hold her and Edazaz was in shock. He didn't move from there until he heard her voice. He slowly came near her and held her in his arms.
My lovely child, I was waiting for you. In my last moments, I want to say something to you, Arg.
Grandma.
I know you thought I was only seeing my dead grandson in you, but that was not entirely true. When I first saw you I thought of my lost grandson, but with time when I was bringing you up I looked at you as what you are, not my grandson. I forced you to work every day so you could build your stamina as you were very fragile at the time, and I know that you were always aware of it. I love you, my lovely children, as my own. Edazaz, I wish Arg, you to live for yourself when time comes and Sanaya never betrays him. My time has come.
Shut up, old woman. I will take you to hospital and you won't die.
It's already late for that. Edazaz, can you call me Grandma just one time? I want to hear it from your mouth before I die.
He looked at her with a painful expression.
Grandma, please don't leave me. I need you. I don't know what I will do if you leave me.
Thank you, my child. Now I can die happily and…
Sanaya screamed. She died in Edazaz's arms. He hugged her and a tear fell from his eye. This is the first time after he left Share Mansion that he cried and something inside him died.
Grandma.
There were footsteps, voices, and someone opened the room door.
What a view! You look exactly the same as that brat Arbaz. I'm Yurid Afzal Arfana's secretary. Nice to meet you, Edazaz. I'm here to take you back nicely, okay?
Edazaz slowly raised his head and looked at him with resentment. He put her head on the lap of Sanaya and slowly approached him. He hit the man standing beside him and he fell down at the end of the balcony. There were at least 50 men on his side. They were shocked and even before they understood what was happening. Edazaz began to hit them and one by one they fell on the floor covered in blood. His moves were so fast that they could even see them. Yurid ran away from there before he could say anything to Arfana. A knife was pierced into body near the heart. It happened so fast that she could not grasp the situation. When she looked down, Yurid was on the floor and was injured severely. She bent down for him and turned her face to look at Edazaz, who was covered in blood of the men he killed.
Monster.
Please subscribe Arus's English Stories and click bell icon.